Good evening, Guildmaster. Hello. Let's see. Tactical planning. Acting Guildmaster Thubirijima? Thubirijima. The names. Wishes to assess the improvement of your Arcanima skills. Yes, Zadark, the time for your next lesson is upon us. You're keeping well, I trust. Take an occasional brisk walk. One cannot form sound thoughts if one fails to maintain a sound body. Now, assuming you've been following Kilia's instructions, you should be ready to face the more dangerous threats found in western La Nocia. I speak of roselings and wild jackals. And yes, I would have you vanquish 3 of each. 'Tis the perfect sample size. The first acts as a preliminary test case, the second to test your hypothesis, the third to perfect the tactics you devised. Speaking of which, I trust your strategy will consist of more than simply flinging ruin over and over again. What? No, I wasn't gonna just spam the button over and over and over again. Yeah, I wasn't gonna do that, you jokester, you. You're not the novice you once were, and your skills in the field ought to reflect that. If you find yourself wanting for other approaches, consider an assault with ruin in tandem with attacks from your carbuncle. When timed appropriately, you can deal a crippling blow to your opponents. I'll try. Alright, time to go take care of some enemies. Oh. Oh, there they are. Go down here, and it should take me to a side quest nearby. Looks like it's still lower. There they are. Widovaka. Out to dry. For the love of Limley, and not again. The leather's ripped to bloody shreds. No, there's not Ari with me britches, you chicky sod. It's the megalo crabs. They've been at the balloon envelopes I left out to dry on the rocks. Those hell spawn snippers think they found squid or something and said they're nibbling. Oh no, that's not good. Less balloons in the air means less cargo getting lifted, and that don't sit too well with me. You're looking for a quick job? How about you crack a few shells before you head off on your way? If you could put down 5 or so of the buggers, that ought to do for now. You got it. Alright, one more to go now. Let's go ahead and just throw everything here. Phew, a little close there. The crabs have been cold. You take care of them snippers, good bloody riddance. Nice work there, lad. Still, it won't be long before a new crew of crabs comes siding in to claim that territory. And our loads just keep getting heavier, what with all the rebuilding going on. If I don't want to be buried under a mountain of crates, I'd best think of a more lasting solution to the snipper problem. Alright, well, I wish you luck with that. Oh, I mean, if there are going to be jackals right there. Alright, takes care of all the jackals. Now I need to find out where the roselings are. Probably gonna be somewhere on the next map here. Alright, here we are now, Western La Nocia. And already there's the roselings that we're looking for. Yay! Alright, let's see here. So let's go ahead and get a little closer. Go, my little carbuncle, go! Alright, there's our objective taken care of. Now, before I go back to the guild real quick, let me just take this opportunity to run down here and hit up this crystal. Well met, traveler. Might I interest you in a chocobo porter? Ah, do not tell me this is your first visit to the shop. It is indeed. I shall update my register with your name so that you may access this location in the future. Okay. What does this say about it? Similar to rental chocobos, hired to carry you to different locations. On the other hand, porters are trained to take the safest route, meaning that they will never be attacked. Okay. Keep that in mind. There we go, takes care of that. Alright. Alright, now what's the next step? Welcome back, Zadrak. How did it feel to conquer such ferocious foes? Let us ride that wave of triumph onto even more demanding and dangerous challenge. Ooh, ominous. Your next training exercise will have you accompanying Forseer Kilia on one of her inspections. This experience will afford you the opportunity to witness firsthand the practical application of Arcanima. Praise do not tarry, Zadrak. Kilia awaits you on the floor below with further details. Okay. I believe we want to go over here to get downstairs. Aw, look at the tiny little carbuncles. They're so cute and fluffy and squishy. A timely appearance as I expected. Shall we proceed directly to the job at hand? I have been tasked with examining the wares of a goblin peddler caravan run by the Bullistocks family. Our agents suspect these beastmen merchants of dealing in forbidden goods. Ah, smugglers, I see. As such, I have calculated that announcing an inspection has a 60% chance of inviting physical violence. I have prepared a strategy to respond to this possible shift into hostilities, but there's an important precondition you should be made aware of before we discuss the finer points of my plan. Though I am considered gifted in the formation of tactics, I lack the reflexes and coordination necessary to employ many of those self-same strategies on the field of battle. Makes sense, makes sense. You know, it's easier to set up the tactics ahead of time, but it's a bit difficult putting into actual practice. Pray keep this factor in mind and adjust your perceptions accordingly. Now, should the goblins offer battle, you are to execute combat pattern 1345, otherwise known as a stratagem focus fire. You and your carbuncle will concentrate your attacks on a single foe, and one by one the enemy will wither under the combined onslaught, probably a victory 95%. Reports place the peddlers in the vicinity of the cookpot in Middle Lanasia. I will depart immediately to assess the situation. Seek me out once you arrive. Alright. Well, time to head over to Middle Lanasia. Alright, here we are. Alright, duty calls. Commence battle for tactical planning. Level sync is in effect. If you are above the maximum allowed level, we sync as follows. Level 14. Alright, well, let's see if we can do this. Proceed. I am Forseer Kilia of Milvan's Gate. You are to cease all transactions, surrender your goods for inspection. Nasty, sneaky peekers. Gobby spit up lander nosy eyes on stabby iron. Well, that escalated quickly. A predictably aggressive response. Very well, Zadrak. Remember what we discussed. Take care of some goblins. Okay, one down. Which one are you attacking? Let's go after that one. Focus fire, focus fire. One down. And I think more just popped up. Wait, where are you going? Are you going after the ones over there? Okay, let me see if I'm finishing this one off. Luckily, they don't seem to be doing too much damage, so I can afford to go here. Move. Probably start attacking the closest. Yeah, that was a bit risky. But I put all of them to sleep. I can heal up a little bit. Now, they all stay asleep for a fairly long time. I would really have to keep that in mind when I get groups of enemies like this. They're still asleep. Oh, wow. Okay, so now they're... Man, that lasts a really long time. Oh, move. Where did you go? Okay, so she's off somewhere. Either that or she got knocked down. Unless there's something else, that should do it. There it is, duty complete. Nicely done. Adaptation, improvisation. I might have been observing our beloved guildmaster himself in action. Oh, why thank you. This was the perfect example of how the strategy for a given task should be tailored to the abilities of the assessor. In other words, before you begin formulating your tactic, it is necessary to fully understand your own strengths and weaknesses. On that note, there is another question I would ask you. When it comes to improving the probable success of a strategy, do you consider it more effective to concentrate on playing to your strength or showing up your weaknesses? I would say, given the circumstances. I mean, personally, it's always good to be, to have a little bit of both to cover your strength, and also if there's anything to cover your weaknesses, it's always good to do that. But it also in an MMO like this, it's always good at just enhancing your overall strength 100%. Oh, again, you respond as the guildmaster once did. I must revise the probability for your potential to attain greatness to 97%. You are one to keep an eye on, that much is certain. Why, thank you. But to return to the subject of battle plans, your calculations must include an accurate assessment of your available techniques and their relative effectiveness. This requires you to be critically aware of your own limits, the limits of your allies, and the characteristics of your enemies. I believe that covers everything for today. Please return to the guild and make your report to Mistress Thubiregem until next we meet. I shall abide here until the Yellow Jackets arrive to take the peddlers into custody. My strategies will keep me company. Alright then, back to the guild we go. Alright, the goblin inspection has been taken care of. Back from the fields of Drac, Helia contacted me with a summary of events. It seems you treat your lecture on knowing thyself. That particular lesson is ordinarily taught only to intermediate practitioners. Without a sufficient store of combat experience from which to draw, it is difficult to fully appreciate the profundity of such a seemingly simple truth. Nevertheless, I feel confident that you will soon be ready for a more ambitious assignment. Keep to your studies and maintain the razor edge of your mind. One last thing, Zadrak. Considering the dedication you have shown towards discipline, I've decided to permit you leave to explore the teachings offered by other guilds. I would suggest, however, that you first master the science of Arcanima. The strategic training you receive here will serve you well no matter the path you eventually choose to walk. Return to me when your reasons tells you the time is right. Alright, let's see. Anything we want to equip at the moment? It's a +3 on some equipment there. Could be useful. Or I could just go and continue on with the Allegan bronze piece. Yeah, I think I'll keep up with that. Although it looks like we got ourselves a new grimoire though, so that's good. The armory has been unlocked. You now have access to the armory system. Quests to unlock the other classes can be undertaken by speaking to the receptionist in the corresponding guild. There exist myriad disciplines in Eorzea that adventurers can take up. For the most rewarding experience, however, it's recommended you first focus on mastering your current class. Otherwise, you're gonna get yourself confused. Yeah. Alright, then I'll keep that in mind. I think with that, unless there's some other side quests to do, I think let's go ahead and focus on the main quest now. Yay, finally! Let's see, what do you have? Greetings, I'm Wendell Smith, a Circle of Fires and Forge of Futures. As a dedicated member of the Adventurers Guild, I have been entrusted with the task of providing assistance to new adventurers. I see, but recently taken up the Adventurer's mantle. The possibility stretching out before you must be positively daunting. In the Adventurers Guild, we see new adventurers as fledgling heroes. You are our champions of tomorrow, our nascent stars of limitless potential. My fellow Smiths and I are here to provide you with guidance, but the Guild also enlists a cadre of veteran adventurers who will be happy to share with you their accumulated wisdom. You recognize these helpful men and women by their title of Mentor. Mentors stand ready to advise you on any aspect of adventuring. They have hundreds of quests under their belts and will likely have a solution for whatever dilemma might be causing you trouble. A mentor may even offer to accompany you on your adventures. Oh! I highly recommend you take advantage of a mentor's aid to enrich your experiences in Eorzea. Pray do not hesitate to ask me if you would like to know more. The new adventure status is applied to all players who have recently begun their event. Yep. They are seasoned known as mentors. When a new adventurer and a mentor form a party, they both receive a bonus to experience earned. Upon invitation by a mentor, new adventurers also gain access to the Novice Network, an exclusive chat channel where they can consult with mentors and share their experiences with other beginner players. Okay, interesting. I'll have to keep that in mind. Don't know if I'll take advantage of that, but we'll see. Anywho, here's where I want to talk to you, though. Battaron. On to Summerford. Still in Limsa, Zadrak? How'd you fancy a trip outside the city walls? Well, I've already done that multiple times. How would you fancy a trip? Okay, Battaron. Don't hurt me, please. I'd like you to visit an orchid by the name of Summerford Farms. Ever heard of the place? The owner, Stallwind, is an old mate of mine. He's got himself a crew of mostly reformed pirate types, if you could believe that, and has been trying to bring a bit of life back to the fields after the calamity ruined the soil. He mentioned needing another or two, and your name sprang to mind. I give you a glowing recommendation, so make sure you work hard and impress the old bastard. You need directions? The place ain't hard to find. Just take the Zephyr Gate out of the city and follow the road northeast. Alright, you got it then. We got ourselves a recommendation of where to go now. So let's go ahead and head on out. May have already been there already. Resurrection. Interesting. Okay, I have to keep that in mind. Especially when I join a party. Now then, this place looks familiar. I believe we... Oh, there's a Chocobo Keep. I should always hit these up when I enter any of these little towns. It's not my first time, but just want to touch base with you. Anywho... We took care of some rocks in the area, so let's see if there are more side quests will pop up after I talk to this Stalwyn. Ahoy! Ah, you must be the adventurer Battaron promised to sing along. The Drac, Spectre Tina, wasn't it? It is indeed. You honored his word, so that's a good start. I'm Stalwyn, the old bastard, as Battaron likely described me. Yes, he did. And this here's my humble orchid. A good number of lads and lasses working here once terrorized the high seas, and if you're wondering why I employ these scrags, well, they used to crew my pirate ship. But the calamity did for our ship like it did so many others, and I was sore wounded into the bargain. I had to feed myself and my crew somehow, and admirable, let's see, Merweb initiative to get us landlocked buccaneers work in the field seemed to find an offer to refuse. Ooh, who's exiting out? Hi. Everything okay? Well, it turns out you can take the pirate away from the sea, but you can't take the sea away from the pirate. A lot of my blokes just never took to tending the soil, you see. Ah, okay. And unfortunately, the botanists I called in to train them have been wringing their hands in black despair. With so much work piling up, I need a tougher soul like you to step in and help where it's needed. Alrighty then. Now let's see. Ooh. Let's see. Nothing new here that I'm really interested in. So, boop and boop. Alright, a new side quest did pop up, so let's do this first then. The time is right. I can't rely on those rotten pirates to pick these ripe oranges. Yet if I leave them a day longer, they're like to fall from the boughs. Mayhap you can grab a few for me. You're not afraid of a pesky hornet or two, are you? As long as I have the ability to take care of said hornet, then it's not a problem. I can't tell you the amount of times where I didn't have anything on hand to smack a hornet with. It was just buzzing around nearby, and it's just like, please go away, please go away, please go away. You know, before I can get access to something that I can smack them with. Especially, let's see, is it triangle? It's triangle. Okay. Gotta remember how to jump sometimes. Oh, there's some bees. Well, a good thing is it just kind of stood there. There we go. Come on, fence. Let me out. Looks like I have to interact with one more. I know there's a person standing right there, but you don't mind if I take this orange, do you? You don't, right? Bye!
Here you go.
Look at those luscious oranges brimming with nectar. They could drop any second. Ah, right to perfection. How sweet it is. Don't eat it in front of me, eh? For that lackadaisical lot of retired pirates come down with scurvy, I'd serve them right. It just goes to show you can't teach an old sea dog new tricks. You'd think the Admiral would know that. I mean, you can't force them ultimately. I mean, it's ultimately their decision at the end of it all. Alright, Orange Crush. Ah, that's the name of a soda. Lanosian orange nectar is sweet, but rest assured it's paid for in sweat. You have to pollinate each orange by hand because of the blasted pucks that prey on the nearby bees. If we could only eradicate some 5 puck hatchlings, it would save us from having to do nature's work. Okay. Does it have to be the hatchlings, or just as long as it's a puck? You know, adult size. But that's not what the quest is telling me to do. It kind of tells me what you need to do is you need to add more of security when it comes to the crops that you have. Maybe add some guards if you can spare any, or another option you can do is build some more fortifications. Because yeah, that fence is not gonna cut it. If anything, maybe setting maybe some traps or something, so that way they won't get close enough to the oranges. Buzz in the wind tells me you've done the deed. Yes. The only pests plaguing my orchard are those woeful whelps out of water. If only you can rid me of the parasitic pirates as you did the pesky pucks. I mean, right now that doesn't seem to be the problem, so we think we should be good for now. Alright, looks like there's nothing else immediately, so what else do you have for me, Stalwyn? I have a mind to set you a task, Spectre Tina, but before I do, I need to be sure you're properly kitted out. Pirates don't care to parley with dandies, you understand? It might well be that the ones here have traded in their cutlasses for coulters, but they're still rogues at heart. I know a solid set of gear when I see it. Come back when you think you're more suitably equipped. Equip your head, body, hands, legs, and feet with gear of item level 5 or greater and speak with Stalwyn. Oh, okay. Well, shoot then. Alright, made a pit stop back over at town over there. Got myself a piece of equipment, and now I'm good to go. Let's have a look at you, shall we? Oh, as long as you're this well covered, I won't feel any guilt throwing you to the sharks. Ah, gee, thanks. Erstwhile, buccaneers are an ornery lot. They rage in love for the sea and care little for the laws of the land. But they respect strength, and by the looks of you, I'd say you have a little trouble getting their attention. Alright, let's see what we have available to pick up. Does not look like there's anything, so bronze piece. Ah, Spectre Tina, that aura of confidence tells me you've not been idle since last we met. Wait, literally? Was that literally just get the equipment and that was the end of the quest? Seriously? Okay then. I hope I've read you alright, for I have a task that awaits the attention of a capable adventurer. Might that adventurer be you? I don't know if I learn how to speak properly. Lurkers in the grotto. Ooh. Looks like could even be a cutscene event in this one. Good to hear. Then I shall lay before you the sorry tale. You have heard rumors of the abductions. Aye, citizens have been disappearing from every corner of Limsa, plucked from the face of Heidelin, boots and all, by an unseen hand. Oh, that's a bit concerning. And what's this got to do with Summerford Farms, you might ask? Well, that remains to be seen, but it seems a collection of right unsavory fellows with azure tattooed faces have been creeping up to the edges of the field and spying on my yamen. Now, I doubt anyone would enjoy being scrutinized by such savages at the best of times, but the farmhands are convinced that they're the kidnappers of rumor come for their hides. Needless to say, they're beside themselves with worry, understandably, and their work suffering for it, which is the very last thing I need when my old crewmen are still getting used to their new jobs. It's a struggle to get them to leave the farmhouse of a morning. That is, as they say, where you come in. Would you be willing to investigate these tattooed thugs for me? Yes, of course. Good lad. The sooner we get to the bottom of this, the sooner this place will start to resemble a working farm again. I suppose you begin by having a look around Seasong Grotto. If reports are to be believed, our unwelcome visitors have occupied the place. Be careful though, Spectre Tina. I couldn't say for sure what manner of miscreants we're dealing with here. If they are the kidnappers, well, just be on your guard, alright? Well, luckily I won't be by myself. I have my adorable little doors in there to help me out. So let's go ahead. Ow. And head on over to the grotto. Yep, just over yonder. Where they want me to get... Oh, hold on. It would help if I actually went inside the grotto. I was right, it is this place. Oh, looks like some bogeys are around. Let me take care of a few of these real quick for my hunter's book. There we go. Takes care of another entry. Now, ooh, we got a lot of experience out of that. Anywho, let's go ahead and take a look at this stone monument. Looks a little familiar, I won't lie. I'm probably overthinking it. It's not like it was in a cutscene or something at the start of the game or something. Or it could be thinking of something else. Anywho, interact this stone monument. You're about to enter an instant battle. Oh, way to spoil the surprise there, game. Special instance. You're about to enter a special instance. These areas are reserved for important battles. For the duration, you will be unable to run away. Run away. Alright, level 9. We should be good then. Lurkers in the grotto.
I am the waves that bear. I am the winds that guide.
Who goes there?
I am the evening stars. I am the morning sky. I am born of the sea, and there shall I die.
Oh gosh darn it, I'm hearing voices again in my head.
Thus reads the sailor's requiem, carved into yonder stone.
Why, hello there. Why, you look a little familiar. I think we saw you at the beginning of the game.
Such words well describe the manner in which the citizens of Limsa Lominsa live their lives. It is both a litany against misfortune for those out on the waves.
Okay. So a lot of people probably pray to this place then, to the monument before setting out to sea then.
And a prayer that the souls of those who perish on land might find their way back to the sea. Ah, you are the adventurer I've seen around Summerford Farms.
Oh, really? And also, you have something around your neck, I see. Are you perhaps maybe... Well, I'm guessing you're not one of the kidnappers.
I thought myself on the trail of the kidnappers, but it would seem I have missed my mark.
It would seem I as well. Oh.
Or perhaps not.
Interesting. This feels like a trap.
As I suspected, the etheric disturbance here is no natural occurrence.
So that means someone's messing around with something then.
Nor is it a coincidence that the two of us should come here in search of those responsible for the disappearances, only to be attacked.
Someone's trying to get rid of us.
But who stands to benefit from the keeping of this secret? Oh, such thoughts must wait. Let us attend to the task at hand, unpleasant though it be.
Alright, you got it. Alright. Step back a little bit. Oh, that's new. Okay, they have a little own portrait. That's a nice little touch. Loud in my ears. Oh, probably should deal with the add-ons before I get overwhelmed. Yeah, I'm trying. I should probably put all of you to sleep. There you go. Helps make this a lot easier. Oh, the big one's down now. And with that, it looks like all of them are taken care of. Well then.
Phew!
Indeed. Oh, shiny. Looks like those monsters were carrying something. Okay, it's floating now. Yes, let's touch the floating crystal. Where am I? Well. Well, whatever it is, we found one of something.
Hear, feel, think.
Oh, not this dream again. Last time I was here, I was attacked. Am I about to get attacked again? Oh, that didn't look good. Looks like a whole bunch of meteors falling down from the sky. Muhammad, is that you? Okay, now I'm in another place now.
Crystal bearer.
Is that me? Ooh, shiny.
I am Heidelin, all made one.
Well,
A
well.
light there once was that shone throughout this realm, yet it hath since grown dim.
That doesn't sound good.
And as it hath faltered, so hath darkness risen up in its stead, presaging an end to life.
Oh yeah, that's really
For
not
the
good.
sake of all, I beseech thee, deliver us from this fate.
Well, I can try.
The power to banish the darkness dwelleth in the crystals of light. Journey forth and lay claim to them.
Okay, so looks like I'm going to be hunting for more crystals. Those are some very sharp-looking crystals. Ooh, that's a big one.
By thy deeds shall the crystals reveal themselves to thee.
So keep on doing quests then.
Only
Got it.
believe, for the light liveth in thy heart.
Ooh, who that? Oh, could be others like me. Could also be ghosts. Ooh, there are a lot of people around.
Go now, my child, and shine thy light on all creation.
Okay. Well, if it helps prevent the doom of the universe, then sure.
Awake again? Are we?
Yeah, I am, it seems.
Aha!
How long have I been out?
The poor creature's fury was kindled with cruel forethought.
Someone was manipulating the creature then.
See this blade? I found it in the Gubu's back.
Okay.
I have seen knives of this kind before. They are most commonly used for the cutting of rope. It would appear our culprits are seafaring men of some persuasion. Piratical being the most probable.
Well, I'd say that would narrow things down, but that did not really narrow things down.
In any event, you seem much recovered from your sudden affliction. I confess, I was rather taken aback when you collapsed at the very moment of our victory. Mayhap a surfeit of ether?
I don't know. It was actually almost seemed like a dream almost. That happened after I touched this crystal.
I beg your pardon. A towering crystal?
Yes.
I'm sure I don't... Oh!
No. You know what that was?
Well, well. This has been a day of unexpected revelations. I must continue my investigation. In the meantime, I suggest you deliver this knife to your patron, along with a warning concerning the pirate's probable involvement in this murky business.
Alright, I'll go ahead and I'll do that then.
The days ahead promise little rest, I fear.
All
May
part
our
of the job.
paths cross again, under the light of the crystal.
Oh, okay. You do the same. Oh, then it looks like we got ourselves a bit of a task here from Heidelin. Looks like we have to do some searching for more crystals. And also combat against the darkness that seems to be encroaching on the world at large. And looking like we're getting closer and closer to the destruction of said world or universe as a whole. So yay! Well, you know, standard with your JRPGs. Anywho, let's make one question now. So is the tattooed person the young lady we just met there? Or perhaps there are other tattooed individuals that are still wandering about that have not met yet? Who's to say, who's to say? At the very least, though, I do know one thing. We got a quest to finish here. Spectre Tina, right. Glad am I to see you safely returned. My lads were all gabbing about hearing what sounded like all seven hells breaking loose near the grotto, and I feared I'd send you to your death. Oh, okay, so you all heard all of that, did ya? And you all just kind of stood around, doing nothing? Okay, I see how it is. If you're in the middle of that commotion, I hope it yielded something of interest. I'd hate to think you'd risk your life for naught. Well, I found a knife. A blade pulled from the back of a creature you slew at the cave, eh? I'd agree that such a knife would be part of any seafaring man's kit. Yeah, that doesn't really narrow things down, unfortunately. I'm starting to think that these ruffians are pirates come to lure my farm hands back to a life of plunder. Chances are they didn't take kindly to your appearance on their doorstep and set a madden gooboo on you. Aye, the pirates have been adding to their numbers of late. I'd best warn the lads and lasses in my employ to be on guard against their schemes. Huh? You met someone else at the grotto? A woman with a strange contraption? Ah, Yustola! She's been in Limsa Laminza for a good while now. Her studies of the Aether often bring her out to Summerford, so her presence at the grotto is hardly unusual. She's an odd-looking lass at Grandia, but she's not the kind to associate with kidnappers. You may take my word for that. Where trust should be lacking is in those yamen of mine who have yet to wholly relinquish their pirate past. The temptation to return to the free and easy life of a buccaneer may prove too strong to resist. You have my strength, Spectre Tina. If it weren't for the efforts of stalwart adventurers like yourself, this farm would be in a far worse state than it is. Just you keep on lending your talents to those in need, eh? Help bring Limsa the brighter future she deserves. Well, I'll do what I can, especially if it gives me more goodies. Yeah, we'll stick with Ether. Alright, doesn't seem like there's anything else except more main quest. Washed up. That sea sloth servant and his lot never around when there's work to be done. Suspicious. I'd sooner hire you for the sake of getting things done, but then the rapscallions would never learn. Write him up and let him know that Stalwart would like a word, and don't take no for an answer. Oh boy. Well then, looks like I have to gather everyone up then, it seems. Anyone in here? Here we go. Work? Ha! Can't work when my hands are full lifting its mug, you know. I'd wager me last gill you'd never guess what I'm drinking. I do not care, but I'm just gonna say water. Well, you're right about the swill parts. I reckon it might be worth a day of doing Stalwart's chores if it'll afford me a taste of proper grog. Okay, well, I mean, that'd work. I mean, just bribe him with alcohol. Go inside there. I don't think they're inside. Ah, there you are. You're just on the edge of the bubble, I see ya. And you're nestled in the bushes, I see ya. How am I supposed to work on an empty stomach? Go on, have a guess at what I had for breakfast. Breaded sticks? Well, gods, how'd you know? It's my breath, ain't it? It probably smells as wooden as the food tasted, but I know why you're here. I just as soon get some real food in me, but I ain't one to reject a summons from the captain. Alright, so it looks like the others are a little bit farther out. Axes were made for splitting skulls, not stumps. You know what I did in my sailing days? You bet your beard I did, lad. Aye, those were the days. I reckon now I'd have to be satisfied taking my axe to the trees. Yep, a lot of people not exactly happy with the state of things. Yeah, they're up there. Oh. Just ignore me. All of you ignore me. Phew. So, Stalwart sent you, and what do you recognize out of that? Work is for the weak and witless. I've saucier seeds to sow. Damn right, didn't get where I am by taking gruff from any glorified gardeners, but I suppose I could see what he wants to get him off my back. And now for the last one. Yeah, Severin himself. Oh, you're the guy we saw earlier. I am Severin. You the old man's errand boy now? Tell my dear old captain not to wet his britches. I'll be along. Oh, and just so we're clear, I don't care for landlubbers. Go find the chocobo you rode in on and ride on out. Yeah, something tells me you're gonna be seeing more of you again. Alright, Colin, I got everyone together. You continue to impress, lad. All but Servin are accounted for. So he's still not back, eh? It's no fault of yours he squirmed out. I've let that worm wiggle through my fingers more times than I can count. But rest assured, the next time I see him, I'll put him squarely in the dirt where all such worms belong. Ooh, got myself to another level. Now at level 13. Double dealing. Oh boy. Pains me to say, but all the gil in the world can buy loyalty. There are some like you who can be trusted, but then there are others. Until now, I've had no choice but to rely on that charlatan Severin, even though I am full aware he's been doing shady deals behind my back. More than once I've heard tell of improper trading with goblins. I wouldn't be the least surprised if that were happening right now. Not a bell ago, a sack of oranges disappeared, as did Severin. I want you to find and confront the bastard for me, Spectre Tina. I'm sure there's wrongdoing afoot, so be sure to doubt anything that comes out of his mouth. Alrighty then. Well, looks like we have a confrontation to do. Okay, just kind of standing out here in the open, I see. Bloody hells, I'm up the strait without a paddle. Alright, so I've confronted him. Now I need to cast doubt on him, so... Wag my finger in your face. What's this now? Stalwart sent you for the oranges, huh? So the old booger had known all this time. What does it matter anyway? Listen, you're one of those goody-goody adventurer types, right? Go rescue me mates from those double-dealing goblins. They're just over yonder by the bonfire. Okay, then. Well. Yep, there they are. Oh. Take care of the goblins first. Actually, it looks like all the people that we talked to, that we had gathered up earlier. I owe you one. Would have gone away myself if not for a servant shoving me aside. But he couldn't bring himself to fully leave, though. Servant sent you? Ha! The way he flew out of here, I was sure he sold us down the river. If he hadn't come, my dodo would have been cooked. Cooked dodo. Okay, hey, focus here. Alright, well, that takes care of that. It was only just the two, though, so... honestly, it wasn't too major. You saved me, mates, and for that I owe you. Suppose I should be ashamed I couldn't clean up my own mess. But a pirate knows no shame. I have no qualms about going back on my word. I'm only giving you the sack because I like the cut of your jib. Take it to Osune and send him my regards. Oh, there he goes. I hope he learned his lesson there. Hello, I got some fresh oranges for you. What have we here? Delivery from Summerford Farms and as scheduled? Ha! That's the first time for everything. Well, look at that. Not a single one missing either. About the only things not here are those bagmen. I don't miss them one bit. Here's Stalwyn's payment in full. With you, I can trust it'll reach him. Alright, well, before we go, let me just talk to you real quick. Yar's in, yar's off. Wax on, wax off. More and more travelers pass through these gates bloodied and bruised each day. They tell me the Yarzons harry them at the rogue. It pains me to do nothing, but we need every man we have just to hold the garrison. You would do us all a great service were you to thin the Yarzon population for us. If you could clear out, say, 3 of their nests, we'd all be in your debts. Oh, and they're nearby too. Yeah, let's go take care of that first, since they're nearby. Oh, nope, 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 nope. Already hate it, already hate it. You know, big, long legs here. Already hate them. Now, any giant bugs of any kind, I instantly hate. Gosh, how are the monsters around the area not just constantly tearing each other apart? Or is it maybe a symbiotic relationship of some kind, maybe? Or maybe since they have nests here, with the way it looks like, maybe they have an underground nest. So it does not interfere with the Pudgel's environment. That could just be me overthinking things, as usual. It's something, it's fun, something fun to think about. Like how does this all work environment-wise? How do the other monsters coexist with each other? Anywho, enough about that for the moment. Let me go ahead and head back and turn in the quest. There you go, the mess has been taken care of. As you did for the Vilekin, every pastor through owes you a debt of gratitude. So I did read that right. So you did for the Vilekin. Okay. Lathagrin is a vital stronghold. One, the Maelstrom would defend themselves had they the means. The fleet is spread too thin, which is why the Yellow Jackets have been called in. But our numbers are hardly inexhaustible, and your help goes a long way towards preserving the peace. Well, glad to be of help. Alright, back to finishing off double dealing. Alright. We're able to track down Severin, and we were able to not only collect the oranges and deliver them, but we also were able to help out the others who got caught up with the goblins. In one piece, that's a relief. How did you fare, Spectatina? Well, here's some gil. Ah, this is what I was aiming for. Looks to be all I was owed, alright. Though I'd be telling you false if I claimed I had not held out more hope for Severin. I was even willing to overlook this giving off the top, but it sells all short in favor of those god-forsaken goblins. You do well to mind yourself around that two-gil cheat. If he'd leave his own mates for dead, there's no telling what he'd do to you. Let's see here. Ooh, we got a huge increase here, so I'll pick up the hempen cow. Alright, looks like we have a few more stuff that just activated. So I'll go ahead and see about doing that shortly. Let me just take a quick pause though. Alright, now what quest do you have for me, good sir? A pound of cure. I mean, I have Psychic. If you head to Tiller's Rest, I have a favor to ask of you. The pirates have been away from sea for too long, and their broken hearts turn to bloodshed for solace. A full supply of medicine lasts barely a week. If you go buy a high potion and take it up to Whitealoft, you may well save some lives. Okay, oh, it looks like I do have one at the moment, so let's go ahead and deliver that real quick. I'll be back! Honestly, not too far from the town over there, so here you go, Whitealoaf. I'm plump out of potions. Any sorry sufferer knocking on my door may as well be knocking on Thal's Alls. Thal's Alls? I can offer him is a prayer. Well, I have a potion. I just got one. Were I a God-fearing man, I'd say you were heaven-sent. Oh no, that's later on. After the dust settles on the next pirate brawl, some sorry soul will owe you his lousy life. I pity the poor fish out of water. At first I thought the fights were just to kill time, but now I believe some truly have a death wish. There's not that can be done about that. We can't make them want to live. All we can do is hope they learn to love the land. Okay then. Alright, delivery complete. Back we go. Alright. Oh, it's not Starworn that has the quest. It is you, Gurkint? Gurkint. The Loam Maintenance. The Loom Maintenance. Blast! At this rate, the crops will never be ready for harvest. If only we had a black loom, just a bit could send our stock soaring. I'll bet Rodwinda knows where you might find some. Perhaps you might pay her a visit in the orchid. Alright then. Get some kind of fertilizer of some kind to help with the crops, it seems. Hello. That Gherkin's got a head of cabbage if he thinks I'm fetching him any black loom. If you dare to pinch some from the cook pot, then be my guest. Just mind you don't get trampled upon by the aurochs that dwell there. Once you've 3 bushels worth, take the black loom to Cliffwall at Tiller's Rest. He'll know what to do. Round we come. Alright, so I'm just gonna... No, I should probably clear the area. Alright, let's go ahead and gather up the fertilizer. Alright, let's go ahead and go back to Tiller's Rest now. People. Hello, people. Even the weeds wither and die in its desolate dirt. Well, I have someone that can help with that. But a bit of this black loom ought to change all that. I haven't seen any in ages. Gathering black loom's not for the weak of will, nor the weak of stomach. Yeah. Oh, don't tell me Gherkin and Rodwinda neglected to mention where black loom comes from. I kind of had an idea, considering the fact it needed to be something that was not only in nature, but also add on to the fact it helps crops, grow. So it wasn't too, wasn't too difficult. Well, surely you figured out on your own from the clawing stench. It comes from the Aurochs' lair of all places. Well, why dwell on who misled whom about what? What matters is that your efforts have brought us the black loom, and we can expect a bountiful harvest as a result. Thank you. No problem. And Bronzebees. Alright, next is the Plowshares to Swords. Confounded pirates, they know nothing of tilling, only killing, stealing our shovels to melt and forge into axes of all things. They're biting the hand that feeds them, the mangy mongrels. I'd love to teach those curs a lesson of obedience myself. If I haven't sworn to Stalwern, that I wouldn't fight no more. So I need you to bring back our farm tools and make sure those dogs reap what they sowed. Alright? Over the tools that were stolen. Oh, okay, so this bundle of pirates we saw earlier. Yep, alright, time to get the supplies back. To be fair, you could make like a... Instead of melting down the entire shovel, you could just see about making it into a weapon in of itself. Making like a shovel sword or something, But anywho, enough of the ramblings, time to fight. Okay, so I just pick up the supplies off of them. I got a few of the supplies. I wonder what those sea dogs will try and steal when there's no harvest. Good to see the tools back in serviceable condition, which will be more than we can say of servant when we get our hands on him. The wretch likely had a role in the theft. Oh boy, Severed again, I see ya. Despite him meeting the pirates in secret I did, I couldn't care less if the wastrel won't work, but when he consorts with cut purses that take our tools away, he's crossed the line. Stalwern ought to know what sort of scallywag he's dealing with. Take word to him, would you? Oh, I will. Looks like he hasn't learned his lesson. Servant's at it again. Pirates making off with our tools. Piffwall did well not to take matters into his own hand. Last thing I need is blood on my crops. And I'll be damned if Servant thinks he can take us for fools. His treachery won't go unpunished. Let's see. I got another level. Yay. Oh, I got a new ability. Lucid Dreaming. Interesting. I'll have to take a closer look at that. Or maybe experiment during the battlefield. We'll see, we'll see. I've come to expect a great deal from you, lad, and you've never once let me down. Yet what I ask of you now goes beyond all I've asked before. Would you hear my plea all the same? Just desserts. Ah, okay. So it looks like this may be the conclusion of Sir Serverin. It eases my mind to have your ear. You've no doubt familiar with that scoundrel Serverin by now. Well, the scheming scapegrace is at it again. Since that letter came for him, he's been skulking about in that manner he does when he's up to no good. At the very least, he has a pattern, so at least you know when he's up to something. Now he's rounded up his rogues and buggered off with nary a word to anyone. I've grown accustomed to his insolence, but something tells me this is different. It ain't exactly damning, but when last I had words with him, he didn't look defiant so much as hunted. I can't help thinking he's gone looking for trouble and found more than he wanted. Ah, okay. So, the same as usual then. So I was hoping you might hunt his sorry hide down and drag it back here before it's too late. Yep, I'll see what I can do. Yes, master, yes. The ungrateful little cur bites me every chance he gets, but I can't quite bring myself to cut him loose. I suppose he reminds me a bit of my younger self. Ah, so that's why. Suffice it to say, I'd rather he didn't come to a sticky end. As for how to find him, I'd try asking Grenada at the Itherite. She was the last one to see him. I dare say she'll be able to tell you where he was headed. Now, that should be just around the corner here. Alright, where is he heading? Nothing that passes through those gates escapes my notice. I saw the Rouser and his rabble set out for Woad Whisper Canyon not long ago, singing about drinking themselves stupider. Cheeky sod said I should join them. I told him I'd rather shrivel up and sip whatever it was that had pickled their brains. If you find the idle swine, be sure and give them a cuff around the ear from me, will ya? Oh, probably we'll do a little bit more than that. Alright, off we go. Oh boy, what's going on? Of all the dirty, deceitful, downright dastardly deeds that sleepy bastard's done. Claiming to take the lads out for a drink only to lead us straight into a bloody trap, it don't get no lower than that. Oh boy. Of course, I've learned to stay a step ahead of old Serverin, so I was ready, but the others weren't so lucky. You gotta help them, huh? I went the wrong way. I thought I had to follow the person who was running away, so... Whoopsie. Anywho. Here we go. This is what I was looking for. Aiding. Here's some healing. Hope this helped you out. My axe may as well have been a white flag for all the good it did. Hope you fare better or the sorry bastards in there are done for. Up, and that looks familiar. Looks like we got ourselves an instance. Here you go. Here's some potions. Severin might have got us into this mess, but I ain't about to let him give his life for us. I'd sooner bow to a fishback than be in that conniving bastard's death. To arms! Alright, proceed. Ooh, danger music. A true knave, you betrayed even yourself, Severin. Ugh. We were prepared to overlook the matter of your desertion on the condition that you provide with suitable replacements. That was the agreement. Yet your latest change of heart leaves your debt to us unpaid. Few are they who betray the Serpent Reavers twice. You will not do so a third time. Wait a second. Tattoos? You're the ones. You're the ones we were looking for. Cowering behind your protector will only delay the inevitable. Honorless wench, your life is all you have left. And worthless though it be, we shall take it. Oh, that person looks familiar. Oh, you even have your own special text box. O mournful voice of creation, grant ye this humble stone a soul, that it may wake to life. Oh boy. Oh, we got golems. Ah, not good. Alright, let's see here. There's the clay. Oh, it's docile. Oh, nope, it's not docile anymore. Well, if I move, I will definitely withstand it. It's literally doing like 0 damage to me. Oh. Move, move, move. Move, move. Oh, darn. I'm gonna get hit. Ow, quit it. There we go. Anything else? No? Okay. Auto takes care of the golem, but that the golem could be vanquished. That man is no ordinary adventurer. That's right, run away, run away. I'm sure we'll be seeing that person again. I think I may have seen him in a dream at one point. Oh, hey! Hey, Stola. Ugh, the snake slithered away. I am only glad he did not have the chance to sink his fangs more deeply into you. What's going on now? No, I really should see a doctor with all these headaches I've been having. Are we taking a peek in the past, maybe? Those pirates do not belong to any of the known Leminzin factions. Who then do they serve? The Beast Tribes? Surely not. But the timing of their appearance coincides all too neatly with the recent surge in Sahajin and Cobalt activity. Something is afoot. The question is, what? Could it be that the tribes are planning to summon their primals? Oh, primals, you say? 12 help us if it should prove so. Limsa would be hard-pressed to keep a single primal at bay, let alone 2, but all is yet speculation. I must needs find evidence. The seas continue to rise, while the lesser moon continues to fall. And ilm by ilm, the world becomes ever more unlike itself. It is as Louisax foretold. The coming of chaos has rendered the laws of nature immutable. blurring the boundary between the material and ethereal planes. Little now stands between us and the primals. But they are not here yet. The time be against us, hope shall ever be on our side. Never did the decree of Charlatan ring more true. Never did I dream that I would possess the means to see ether. Yet now that I do begin to take it for granted. How swiftly do the wonders of Charlatan seem commonplace. Ooh. Here's a nice little flower. For you, have you come for the festivities? Today, the Maelstrom officially makes that great hole in the sea its training ground. Join in the celebrations. The Great Hole in the Sea. Interesting. And also ominous. I wonder if we'll end up going there at some point. Wait, a disturbance in the etheric flow, but whence does it emanate? Sea Song Grotto, perhaps? Ah, and that's when we met up. Okay. I like how we're getting little snippets, you know, that add the context from the opening cutscene that we had at the game. What have we here? Can you walk? Eh. Oh, you weren't talking to me. Okay. Tis I, regrettably no. He eluded me, understood. I will inform the Commodore. You collapsed from your exertions. Are you suitably recovered? Yeah, I'm good, although I should probably see a doctor about this, though. It's been happening too many times recently. Severin here has apprised me of all that has transpired. His account sheds some light upon how you came to be attacked by a golem of all things. A golem is a mindless automaton, inert save when commanded to be otherwise. Common pirates could not hope to control such a thing, so arcane are at its workings. But then these tattooed wenches are no common pirates. They are the minions of the Sahajin. As to their purpose, well, I shall get to the bottom of it. Okay, so they're working with one of the beast tribes then. But first I must escort Severin back to his place of employment. I dare say Stalwern will be wondering what has become of him. And you too, for that matter. I will bear word to him of your preservation, but I am certain he would like to thank you in person. Pray, pay the man a visit. I will certainly do that. Ah, he told me of you, but perchance he did not tell you of me. My name is Gistola. I am a naturalist of sorts, surveying the aether in the hope that it might offer up some clue as to our predicaments. I'd say I owe you my life, but that don't cover it. If it weren't for you, my friends would be dead and all. This is a debt I can never repay, but I'll not make things worse by running away. Take me to Summerford Farms, and I'll face the consequences. Okay. For reasons I cannot fathom, you seem. Forgive me. Mayhap we shall have a chance to speak again when I have marshaled my thoughts. Until our paths next cross. Farewell. Well, you take care. I guess we're not gonna let her know what we saw earlier then. Alright, well, back to go speak with Stalwern then. Alright, I'm back and Severin's with you right now. Looks like he's getting a talking to. Lo, I knew you returned. Gistola delivered Severin a bit ago. Tales of your heroic deeds precede you. The rest came shuffling back too, the lot of them sporting the same haunted expression. 'Tis me who to blame for that and the rest. I was once a serpent reaver. Okay, kinda gathered this much from the previous conversation over there. A thrall to the Sahajin? 7 hells, reavers may look and sound and act like pirates, but they're not but fishbacks, flunkies. Us pirates ain't much for laws, but there's things we won't do. We've got a code, see, but the reavers never followed a word of it. A few years back, they started snatching law-abiding Luminsans. Yep, the kidnappers. I only just taken my oath when our captain bent the knee to his new Sahajin masters. I knew I had to get away. So I crept off one night, got myself a new name, and found myself a new home, Summerford Farms. Trouble is, secrets don't stay secret for long around here, and word soon spread all the way back to the sea. The penalty for desertion is death, but the reavers offered me a way out, instead my freedom in exchange for my mates. The letter. I didn't know what I was thinking. I wasn't bloody thinking, too busy soiling myself. Aye, but you got there in the end, didn't you? When the time came, you made the right decision. The men say little to me, but I hear them talk of how you stood up to the reavers at the last, of how you tried to give your life to save theirs. Ah, okay. Be that as it may, no deed, however good, can atone for the crime of betraying your brethren. I know that, I do. That's why I'm going to hand myself over to the Yellow Jackets. I'll bring shame to the farm no more. You'll hear no arguments from me. Each man must sail according to his own moral compass. I just hope yours guides you back here someday. There'll always be a place for you at Summerford Farms, lad. And I'll always be in your debt, Stalvern. Oh, okay. Well, I'm happy he was able to turn things around there. Alright, what next? I owe you a debt too, Zadrak. Not once have you let me down. Thank you for saving the men of me farm. If I could ask one more favor of you. Oh, it's fine. It'd be this. Tell Batarin what's happened from start to finish. I'm certain he'd put a good word for Severin if he knew the whole story. And he's one of the few people I know who the Yellow Jackets will listen to. Well, I reckon I've asked all I can possibly ask of you. Safe travel, son. Alright. Time to go back to meet up with the Bataran then. Probably see Severin as his own son more than likely. Hello, Bataran, I'm back, and boy, do I have a story to tell you. Bloody hells, life on a farm ain't quite how I pictured it. But you needn't worry yourself over young Severin. The Yellow Jacket has hands out the punishment is a good mate of mine. If I ask him nice, I'd reckon he'd be willing to commute the lad's sentence from hanging to knee-hauling. Kindly gent that he is. I'm only jesting with ya. I'll see he's treated fair. That's good. Now it sounds to me like you've done everything old Stalwart asked of you and more, justifying me generous finder's fee in the process. Much obliged, lad. As for your reward, well, she's a lonely lady, this drowning wench of mine. How do you fancy keeping your company for a spell, with free room and board? Ooh, I like the sound of that. Venturers are trying business, after all. Them as don't rest their bones every now and again tend to end up with broken ones. And take it from me, fighting ain't nearly so much fun when you're nursing a shattered arm. Yeah, that's not good to have. Got that good. There'll always be a free bed for you, so make use of it. The inn rooms are now available. Not that you'll have much time for lying around with all the leaves you'll be doing. Oh, did I mention I'm putting your name down for leaves? Our guild draws all manner of clients offering all manners of odd jobs. Honestly, you'll be amazed how much folk will pay to avoid doing an honest day's labor. Just give Tamakri a shout whenever you feel like making a few extra gil. She'll always have some task or other for you to do. Alright. May do leaves off screen, because I think those are just repeatable quests, essentially. At least that's what I remember them being. Things could have changed, after a while, so we'll see. Oh, and it's all above board, in case you're wondering. We're careful to stay on the Admiral's right side in here, unlike some pirates I could mention. I tell you, if it turns out they ought to do with them kidnappings, there'll be 7 hells to pay, a proper bleeding reckoning. I'm pretty sure they are related to the kidnappings that have been happening. I think Severin even admitted to mentioning as such. Perhaps that's what Limsa needs, though. On rough seas, sometimes you have to rock the boat to right it. But we've had time for such talk when you're well and rested. Till then, enjoy the wench's hospitality. Woo! Do the victory cheer! You now have access to recommendations. This feature displays a list of quests or duties currently available in your area. The recommendation list can be opened from under Duty in the main menu. It will also be displayed automatically when you log in. If you find yourself unsure what to do next, this still makes it simple to locate activities suitable for your presence, class, and level. Oh, I like that. So that's if you need to do a little bit of hunting, I see. Now, before I open up the next main quest, let me see what else is nearby. Just poke my head over here at the leave meet real quick. Leaves of Swift Perch. Greetings, Zadrak. Battleron has more effusive in its praise of your competence. Have you considered putting your abilities to use for the Adventurers Guild by undertaking a guild leave or two? Guild leaves are the means by which we document requests for assistance from the synergy prior to assigning them to adventurers possessed of the necessary skills. From battlecraft leaves that require the extermination of monsters to tradecraft leaves that ask for creation of goods, the tasks we term leave quests are many and varied in their nature. Should your interest be piqued, I suggest you make your way to Swift Perch and speak with Swiss-Guy. He'll be happy to set your feet on the path to completing your first leave quest. Yeah, you know, I think I'll go do that for the moment. Do my first leave quest, and then afterwards we'll see where we can go from there. Ahoy there, I'm here to do my first leave. Greetings, lad. My name's Swiski. I have no idea how the heck you're supposed to pronounce that. You know, I would say Swy for the time being. And I'm in charge of assigning local leave quests here at Swift Perch. Tamakri sent you my way, did you? Well, then let me get you started. Right after we see if you got the brass to overcome the challenges you'd like to encounter around these parts, take a look over the task outline in its guild leave. You reckon you can handle it? Let's see, accepting guild leaves. Alright, speaking with a local distributor guild. We have allowances. You'll be granted every 12. So yeah, basically just dailies. Grabbing crabs. Go ahead and we'll do that then. Good to hear. Now, megalo crabs, they like to run off to their mates when they're feeling overmatched. If you don't want to find yourself armpits deep in simpers, then you best finish them quickly. Open your journal and begin the selected by pressing initiate. When a megalo crab feels overmatched, it will flee the battle. If it reaches a certain distance, then another one will appear. The objective can be more easily attained by slaying the fleeing creature before it is joined by more of its kind. Okay then, so click Q, initiate. And difficulty. When you initiate a leave quest, you will be given the opportunity to adjust its difficulty. The greater the difficulty setting, the higher the level target enemies will be. Difficulty also affects completion rewards. Can be lowered. Please note, cannot be raised once it has been initiated. Alright, so let's see here. So I am at level 14. Yeah, sure, we'll keep it like that. Alright, once you've initiated it, there'll be a little map for me to do. And also, I have a timer. So let's go take care of this. Alright, there's the claw. And you're done. And then when all the objectives have been completed, you'll be given the option to return immediately to the issuing leave mid and collect your reward. Alright. Just around the corner, so you seem to have had little trouble, lad. Here's a reward for your efforts. The bonus has been awarded based on difficulty. Bonus has been awarded based on speed of completion. Good to know. Good to know. I reckon you'll do just fine with the rest of the jobs. And there's always plenty to do here at Swift Perch, what with all the rebuilding and such. Be sure to make yourself useful. Simply, the Hest. By the by, a sturdy adventurer like yourself might want to look into guild heists. Have a word with Battle Warden Tioro, and she'll give you the details. Don't you fret now, lad. I'll set her straight if she has any doubts as to your ability. Word travels quickly in Swift Perch. Well, I mean, it's not too big, so it's not too surprising. Here to learn about guild heists, are we? What's a guild heist? Why, it's the heist issued by the Adventurers Guild, savvy. When a certain task brought to the attention of the guild is a little too grand for a leave, but not grand enough for grand company involvement, they've deemed guild heists and sent to yours truly. But don't let the lack of grandeur fool you. The tasks are anything but simple. Most take place in tight quarters, and all require precision teamwork twixt you and your battle mates. Ah, okay. So it's a cooperative quest, it seems. And so, what do you get in return for placing your neck on the looping block? Besides a beaming grin from Battle Warden Tiro. Fame, fortune, the usual. So I presume you were joining our next operation? Let's see. What do we have available at the moment? So we have 15 of you, 20. Let's go get some more potions. Duty Finder unlocked. Guild Heist now available. You have unlocked the Duty Finder. This feature allows you to undertake multiplayer duties without having to form a party on your own. Oh, I'm so happy for that. Don't have to worry about searching for people individually. But I knew all that, though. Guild heists are special operations. Alright, then, well, let me see about doing one real quick. Joining a guild heist. Yes, I know. Alright, so we got basic training, enemy parties. The battle access will test your ability to manage multiple parties of enemies. Learn to draw single targets from groups using ranged attacks, engaging in locations far out of the line. Alright, click on that, and join. So now we just have to wait a little bit for other people to join.